Hello, everybody, and welcome to History Bite number 63, dated October 3rd, 2020. I'm Walter, your mobile historian and blue-collar scholar. This History Bite is entitled, Demonizing All of America's Framers. In recent times, it has become somewhat of an in vogue thing, mainly supported by the left, to demonize all of the framers of the United States and group them all together as being of the same mindset, because the institution of slavery, as well as other inequalities, were permitted to continue to exist in the new United States of America. And while those things are true, grouping all of the framers together as being of the same mindset could not be farther from the truth. America's framers all arguably had no more than two things in common. First, they were all white males. That is beyond dispute. And second, they all wanted a United States of America, a union. Okay? How that union would be structured, how it would be maintained, the power of its federal government versus the state governments, and everything else internally were, anything but subjects that all of them were on the same page with, okay? America's framers were a diverse, very diverse lot of men, with widely diverging backgrounds, economic statuses, perspectives, worldviews, and the like. They were not hardly on the same page about everything. As a matter of fact, they were probably more fractured than the current U.S. Congress. And to suggest that they were all alike, all the same, all of the same mindset, is like suggesting the same thing for Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. If they're the same in mindset and thought, then so were America's framers. And since we definitely know that's not the case, neither were America's framers. Okay? Certain framers of the United States despised slavery to the core and did not want to see it maintained in the new nation. Just to name a few: Alexander Hamilton, Benjamin Franklin, Gouverneur Morris. Okay? Other framers, of course, would not accept being a part of this new United States if it did not maintain slavery. All right? Certain framers wanted a massive and incredibly powerful federal government. Others wanted a very weak one. Okay? Certain framers felt that America should mirror Europe, or rather, let me specify, Great Britain and its institutions. Others loathed the concept of mirroring our institutions after the country we just threw out of here. Okay? My whole point in all of this is that our framers were very different men. They were men of diverging everything, folks. They were not the same. They brought to the table different things, okay? Different skills, different abilities. Some were great orators. Some were great writers, okay? Some had absolutely beautiful foresight to realize that if slavery were not dealt with now, future generations would pay for it with a civil war. And lo and behold, they were right. Okay? So anyone who is doing even the most, elementary amount of research on the framers of the United States of America can clearly see that all of these guys were anything but alike. Okay? These guys bickered and argued and stopped talking to each other before becoming friends again, some of them. Okay, they were not the same. And it makes me both angry, and very discontented when I hear people suggest that all of America's framers were the same. Okay? We, of course, do not apologize and dismiss those framers who were determined to maintain slavery in the new nation. Okay? Their actions represent a serious miscarriage of justice. Okay? And the sad irony is that virtually all of them personally opposed it, but did not think they could live without it. That is the sad part. Because at the same time, you had framers who would be almost on the same page as people today, viewing slavery as a detestable crime against nature. So I can't grant the ones who wanted to maintain it, a formal pardon. They deserve the criticism. But the framers who opposed it do not. And so all I say here is that as you judge America's framers, you should judge fairly. You should evaluate each and every single one of them according to their words and their deeds before you demonize them all and thus commit the violation known as falsifying history. One day, this generation will be in the history books. And as we do not wish to be judged unfairly or grouped with people who are nothing like we are, neither do America's good framers wish to be grouped with those who were absolutely positively opposed to them in every single way that could be thought of. When you do your historical research positively, research with an open mind, research objectively, give credit where it is due, and give criticism where it is due. Judge fairly and be intellectually honest with yourself and others. Don't follow the crowd, and don't try to follow the in vogue thing. You want to maintain your credibility, so judge fairly. Thank you so much for listening to this History Bite. Some of you may disagree with my points made here, and that's fine. I am welcome to all questions, controversies. Please leave them in the comments below. Take care, enjoy the day, and I'll talk to you at the next bite. Have a good one.